You've done the hard work of finding affiliates and getting them signed up. Now, are you ready to ignite their passion and make them eager to promote? Well, in this episode, I delve into the art of getting affiliates genuinely excited to spread the word about your products or services. So let's dive right in and learn how to get affiliates excited to promote like never before. Welcome to the Affiliate Guy podcast. If you want to grow your income, serve your tribe, and enjoy all the benefits of affiliate marketing and having your own affiliates, you're in the right place. Thanks for joining me today. Let's get started. So you've done all the hard work. The hardest work is finding affiliates and reaching out to them and getting them to sign up, getting them to commit to promoting you. How at this point, though, do we get them excited? How do we get them genuinely fired up to promote you? You think that money would be the best way to get affiliates excited. But as Dostoevsky wrote, man never acts from a single motive. Man never acts from a single motive. Motivation is more than money. In fact, this is something I learned from Dan Pink years ago. Money is usually not even the number one motivator. Whether we're talking about employees or affiliates, your kids, money's not the number one motivator. It's certainly important. When we're talking about employees, team members, it's certainly in the top three. And it's certainly a motivation to a point. Oh, will you work for free just because you're on a mission? Well, no. Now, there's a point though. If you make more than enough to survive on, making $100,000 a year, making 120 usually isn't that much of a motivator compared to other things. So how do we motivate our affiliates? How do we get them excited to promote? I'm going to share a bunch of ways to do that today. And it starts with making them feel that they are valued beyond just being an affiliate. In other words, build relationships. We talked about this about 10 or 12 episodes ago, how to build relationships with your affiliates. This applies to any aspect of life. You cannot motivate until you develop a relationship. Teddy Roosevelt said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Or Maya Angelou, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. We know these quotes. These are all quotes we've heard before. Are we living them? Are we living those and making our affiliates feel valued beyond just being an affiliate? Do we value them as human beings? Do we value them as friends? Do we value them as fellow entrepreneurs or business owners? Affiliates are very different from any traditional workforce. They are driven by independence. Affiliates are generally not tied by contracts. They get to choose. They choose, okay, I'm going to promote this affiliate program or I'm going to promote this one. They choose what programs to drop. They don't have to notify you. They don't have to tell you. No, and I get it. In today's world, an employee can just not show up. They can just stop working. But it's not common, right? And it's going to look badly upon them. They can just stop promoting you. And there's no consequence to that. So they're not like a traditional workforce. There's no way to possibly motivate with threats. We'll talk about that later. They're born free. They will not put up with any type of top-down management, any type of controlling, any type of directing. It's why I actually hate the term affiliate manager. That's not what we are really. And so this nature of an affiliate naturally influences affiliate manager behavior. The nature of affiliates makes it clear that affiliate managers who don't develop relationships with their affiliates stand little chance of motivating them. So, number one thing, you've got to make them feel valued beyond just being an affiliate, beyond just being someone who makes you money, beyond being someone who just promotes you. Make them feel valued. And I've talked about that before. Things like connecting with them on social media and engaging with them, knowing them. All those things we talked about in that episode about building relationships. That's why that is so important to build those relationships. So that's foundational. That's assumed that you're making them feel valued. What do we do now? Well, the second thing is you got to make them feel they're a part of a mission. This is why it's so important. When you get testimonials, when you get stories, share them with your affiliates. when people reach out to you and talk about how much your product or service impacted their life, you tell your affiliates, especially if they're really good stories, you share them with your affiliates. Make sure they see them because they feel like they're a part of a mission. I mean, if you got an amazing testimonial and you ran a company, you would share it with your employees, right? If you're not, then you're doing something wrong. I mean, there's a reason why we have a Slack channel called Testimonials. I want that testimonials channel. I need the positive feedback. So when somebody says something about my book or when they say something about one of our products, I need to see those. It's fuel for me. Well, it's also fuel for our affiliates because they want to know that what they're promoting is making a difference in people's lives. So make them feel like they're a part of a mission because they are. Thirdly, make them feel like they're a part of the process. And what do I mean by that? The process of what? The process of the development of a product, kind of like being a part of a mission. They're a part of the process of the launch or a part of the process of the marketing. So sharing updates along the way. This particularly applies to launches because you might get an affiliate 6 months before the launch and there's nothing going on for 6 months. How do I keep them engaged and just a little bit excited? I don't want to get them super excited 4 months out, but I want to keep them warm. Yeah, I want to keep the pot on the back burner on low so it stays warm. So I share updates along the way. I ask them for input. We made sure that in addition to asking my audience, as I was getting affiliates for my book, I told them, I asked them first for input on cover designs, for input on layouts of the book, because I'm making them feel a part of the process. I asked for their input on the landing page. I asked them for input on all kinds of things, and I made them feel a part of the process. I shared updates, just kind of random updates like, hey guys, boom, 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 here's what's going on here. We finished this. This will be available soon. Just want to let you know I'm working on swipe copy for you guys. They'll be ready in a couple of weeks. And they're a part of that process. So part of the mission and a part of the process. The fourth thing is make them feel like their goals are achievable. I've talked, 10, 15, 20 episodes ago about appealing to their greatness and setting those aspirational goals. But at the same time, I want to make them reachable. If somebody has a list of 1,200 people, unless it is like the most perfect list with a 90% open rate that's perfectly targeted, they're not going to sell 50 of our $500 course. They're going to sell 10. They're probably going to sell 5. But I'm going to appeal to an aspirational goal that's achievable of 10. If in the last promotion a year ago, they had 7 sales and their list is roughly 30% bigger, a good goal might be 20, especially if I know that they only kind of were like half in. They didn't go all out. Okay, if they go all out, they could get to 14 or 15. So I'm going to set the goal at 20. If I set the goal at 50, it's not achievable. It's not reachable. So how discouraging is that to them? That I would set a goal of 50 and they look at it and go, I can't do that. No, I want to make it achievable for them. And so the same is true in a promotion. Let's say it's in a month and they're at 20 sales with 10 days left. They're on track for 30 sales. I want to say, hey, if you hit 40, you're going to get this. Because 40 is achievable if you're 2/3 of the way through. It requires a little bit of extra effort, yeah, but it's achievable. If on a launch, we know that roughly 40% of all sales happen on the last day. And if I really want to drive an affiliate and they're at 15 sales, I tell them, hey, sales usually double on the last day. So your target, you're going to probably hit 30. If you hit 35, I'm going to pay them for those extra 5 sales. If you hit 35, I'm going to give you a $1,000 bonus or $5,000 bonus or whatever. And so I make that goal achievable. I can do 20 on the last day. I wouldn't say 50. If you hit 50 sales, if you triple your sales, more than triple your sales, that's not achievable. But slightly over double, that's possible. So we want to make them feel they're valued beyond just being an affiliate. Make them feel like they're a part of a mission. Make them feel like they're a part of the process. Make them feel like their goals are achievable. And we want to make them trust you. This is what the last episode was all about. So I'm not going to go into this one, but we want to make them trust you. If there's no trust, there is no excitement, simply put. Now, into the tactical things here. into the tactical things to get them excited. Run short, frequent, and fun, exciting contests. Nothing moves people like a deadline, but contests are pretty close. So if you want to know our best affiliate contests, all right, just go to the show notes and I've got a special page there where I've got some bonus videos and details on our top affiliate contests, okay? But to get your affiliates to promote more often, you need to do frequent, so not just one contest. Oh, it's a whole month, we have one contest. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, the whole launch, there's one contest, just the sales contest. Well, sales don't happen until 12 days into the launch there, Sparky. What are you going to do to get them excited before that? What if they don't have an opportunity to really compete? How do we get them excited? So frequent, very short, 24 to 48 hours. Yes, you have an overall one. Okay, just saying you need more. So 24 to 48 hours over a weekend only, Friday only, Tuesday, Wednesday only. And then we want to make them exciting and fun. All right, so this might be a contest just for webinar registrations, or just a contest just for today, for opt-ins today only, or a contest based on sales, maybe when sales are typically a little bit lower. So if you have a 5-day open cart, we already know sales are going to be big on the first day and on the last day, and maybe your day before the last day, you have a live stream, so sales pick up then. What about Wednesday? How about a sales contest for Wednesday when sales drop, or Tuesday, Wednesday, when sales are typically low? This encourages people to promote extra, because often just 1 or 2 emails extra is the difference between a very lucrative prize and nothing. You've probably, I know I have, done something irrational or perhaps a little crazy to try to win a contest. Any sort of a contest, right? It's ingrained in our nature. So here's some examples of actual contests that we've offered, all right? These are real contests that we've run, and I'm actually going to read some of these. Will even include some of the language that we use to run the contest. So we did one for webinar opt-ins. It was a 2-day contest. It was the day before the webinar and the day of the webinar. First place was a Caribbean cruise for 2. So about a $5,000-$6,000 contest. I think it was like ocean, like with the balcony and all that. It was like it's a very attractive prize. And then we had a drawing. So every opt-in you sent, you got 1 entry. So you could send 10 opt-ins and you were entered to win. You had a chance. Basically, for that one, it was a MacBook Air, $1,000. And we knew with this client, this is why this worked. With this client, we knew that the webinar converted. So a Caribbean cruise for 2 at that time cost, well, at that time it cost like $3,000, but now it'd be like $5,000. And so a webinar lead was worth about $5 on average. So we're paying the top partner who generated 1,800 extra leads, about $1.65 per lead. That's not bad. And then think about it, the person who finished second place was about 1,600 leads. Big contest between these two. Third place was like 1,100 leads. Fourth place was just under 1,000. Well, they didn't win a prize, but they were trying to win this prize. And then we gave every single affiliate a chance to win something that they really wanted. So it was a random drawing. And we saw a lot of affiliates who normally might only send 50 leads, send 100. When you multiply that by dozens of affiliates, it resulted in thousands more opt-ins. If you look at the launch the year before, we had 7,200 people registered for the webinar. When we ran this contest, we had over 17,000. Now, a little bit was due to growth, but if you looked at other parts of the launch, they did not 2.5x. They were up about 50 to 60%. So workshop leads were up. It was like 11,000 compared to like 8,000 the year before. All the other stats during the launch were up 40, 50%. Webinar registrations were up 150%. We did another contest for Michael Hyatt's 5 days to your best year ever launch. He had an assessment that he ran. And we knew the assessment was going viral. It was converting really well, but weekends tend to suck for launches. So we ran a weekend assessment contest. Like first place was $2,500. So this is opt-ins, people who register. We did second place was 1,000. Third place was 500. And then we did a drawing. Anybody with 25 plus opt-ins, we had 2 winners of $250 each. And we announced it at a very specific time. All right, this is important. We didn't announce it on Thursday. We didn't announce it Friday morning because we announced it Friday early afternoon, about 2 p.m. Eastern. Here's the deal. This is why. We didn't want people to get this alert on Friday morning, go, oh, well, I'm going to move my email today to Saturday. We wanted this to add opt-ins to the total launch, not just shift them from Friday to Saturday and Sunday. So I announced it at about 2:30 on Friday. You have to announce it early enough that they actually, I mentioned this video and all that, the special page we put together that's got the video and top contest stuff. It's on that page, right? It's on that page. I now say like 2:30 because I want it to be late enough that they've probably already mailed on Friday, and maybe only a couple of affiliates who were planning a Friday late afternoon email would hold off until the weekend, but early enough that they're not like, I'm done for the weekend. A lot of Fridays, I'm done by 3. I call it quits about 3. So if you send an email at 5 o'clock on Friday, I'm not going to see it until Monday. Well, can't jump in then. So we saw a 57% increase in opt-ins over the weekend compared to projections. We spent $4,250. It was directly, that we could track, was directly responsible for an additional $70,000 in sales. So we spent $4,250 and made profit because we paid commissions on that $70,000. Still, we made an extra $35,000, $40,000 from this weekend contest. So clearly, this worked. Another big contest we ran was first day sales. Simply put, you want your affiliates coming out of the gate strong on open cart day. So you've got to be willing to spend a little bit of money to get people excited and energized. So, we've done tons of different first day sales. First prize, anyone with 1 sales entered into a drawing. You could do top 3. Typically, I kind of like doing top 1 and then a drawing because I don't want people going for second place. I don't want people getting content. I want them going all out on day 1. But I also want to say, hey, if you make 1 sale, you at least stand a chance of winning a prize. Another one, the anyone can win if you send more emails contest. Like anyone who sends an email during a specific period of time is entered into a drawing to win a prize. This contest is open to everyone. All you have to do is send an email. All you have to do is send an email and you're entered to win. And this encouraged smaller affiliates to mail an extra time or two. And even some of the medium-sized one, sending that extra email. If an affiliate who's making 2 sales, if they send an extra email, what does that do? That's not the right question to ask. It's what if 250 affiliates send an extra email? What if that only produced an extra 75 sales of a $500 product? That's $37,500 extra. And I'm going low. It probably produced the one that we ran for Michael Hyatt. I know what it did because we saw how much it lifted sales. It particularly, like the bigger affiliates, they know. They've already got their plan. They're already mailing 4, 5, 6 times in the last day. They know how it works. These smaller affiliates, maybe it's their first affiliate promotion. And they sent an email at the beginning of the launch, maybe another one here, another one there, right? And they planned 1 email on the final day, early afternoon. But then we encourage them, hey, we encourage them the day before. This is how you win this contest. And we make the prizes very attractive. And then all of a sudden, they go from 2 sales in the first 4 days of open cart to they make 6 on the last day. They 3x their last day sales. And it's all because they mailed more. And when you get literally a couple hundred affiliates to do that, I think on the low end, we probably produced measurably 300, 400 extra sales the first time I ever did that contest. That was huge. It was literally 6 figures that it was responsible for. So this contest absolutely works. And so again, short, frequent, fun, exciting contests. The next tactical thing is just educate your affiliates. Teach them why mailing more works or why emailing at a specific time works better. When we're running launches, I often share why mailing on the weekend is a good idea. And I purposely send this out on, again, mid-morning, late morning, early afternoon on a Friday. So they're more likely to take action. Remember, this is all about getting affiliates to add an extra email that they weren't planning on sending. So I send an email, very simple email that just says why you should mail this weekend. And then I explain to them why mailing a little bit extra over the weekend produces results. And I just educate them. help your affiliates, help them understand why you want them to mail more. When they know the why, they will take action. You can share with them data about how mailing more on cart close day, we'll put a link to that in the show notes. You can share the data with them. This data, it's coming from a third party, me. I have no investment in your affiliates making more sales. Like when I share it with the affiliates that, like the programs that we're running, I kind of have a dog in the fight, right? And I have a horse in the race. So they might sometimes go, well, he's saying that. No, you can share this link with them and I have no dog in the fight. So when you share this data with them about why mailing more on cart close day actually works, it'll definitely help you. And one of the things that we're providing in our Find Affiliates Now course, for example, is affiliate education templates. These are templates you can use to educate your affiliates, things on like why to mail more on cart close day. We got stats and examples, how to use swipe copy, how to use your opt-in list, how to promote different types of promotions such as webinars and book launches and assessments and workshops, et cetera, right? Best practices for promotions. I'm just giving you some ideas here. And again, in our course, Find Affiliates Now, this is all in there. But how to put together bonus packages that convert sales, how to promote on different mediums like email and blog posts, podcasts, direct message, YouTube, social media, you name it. How to go big on your promotions with confidence, how to mail to unopens, how to use live chat, and how to do phone calls with prospective buyers. We educate them what separates the top converters from the mediocre converters. We share with them how to get over fear of unsubscribes because it's a mindset thing. We talk about how to close more sales and like this is all a part of our new Find Affiliates Now course. You can learn more about that at findaffiliatesnow.com and we'll put that link in the show notes there. But my point here is just to educate your affiliates. And I gave you some ideas, things that you can do to educate them. A lot of it centers around mindset and tactics. How do I do this? How do I promote a webinar? How do I put together a bonus package? How do I promote via a blog post or YouTube? How do I do phone calls with prospective buyers? And again, in the course, we give you like the script to send to them and the script that they can use to generate those phone calls. And then the mindset side, how do you get over fear of unsubscribes? And we combat those things with data and some psychology. So educate your affiliates. Next, set up one-on-one personal promotion plans with your affiliates. One of the best things you can do to get your affiliates to mail more often is to create a personal promotion plan with them. It's also how you get them to post more on social media. This is some of our secret sauce when we run affiliate programs for clients. And I'm going to put a link to a video in the show notes, but here's the gist. You meet with affiliates one-on-one before the promotion. You craft a custom promotion plan that works with their calendar. And I found that when I meet with a partner one-on-one, they tend to agree to at least a few extra emails more than they had previously planned on sending. And we know, I've talked about this so many times, Robert Cialdini, right, from his book Influence, the principles of commitment and consistency. And it means that what people commit to, they stick to. So you jump on Zoom, Skype, Google Meet, whatever you're using, whatever you listen to this 5 years from now, there'll probably be some other platform. You go through the promotion plan spreadsheet with them. You work through each of the ideal situations and adjust their personal plan to meet their needs. So they say, hey, we recommend mailing on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And they go, I don't mail on Thursdays. I've got other stuff going on Thursdays. I don't send emails out because blah, blah, blah. Cool. Then mail Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Once you have their plan set, have them commit to it. Then you email them a copy of the spreadsheet. You thank them for their commitment. We even put their name on it and it'll say like Robert Smith commitment plan. And more often than not, they will stick to that plan. If anything, they will add to it during the promotion, but rarely, if ever, do they subtract from it. And I have personally done these plans with people whose products I'm promoting. And when I've fallen short in the middle of a promotion, I missed something, I've added extra emails to make up for it. When I promise someone that I'm going to mail 8 times, by gosh, I'm going to mail 8 times at a minimum. That is the power of creating these personalized commitment plans with your affiliates. So if you want the template for those, just check the show notes and you can grab a free copy of the template. It's at mattmcwilliams.com/AFF plan, AFF plan. Just go to that link. We'll send you the sample promo plan that's worked so well for us. Now, I've kind of interchanged a couple words, promo plan, commitment plan. We don't call them promo plans anymore. We ran a launch a few years ago and learned something that completely changed the way that we do these things. I mean, we ended up getting 1.7 more emails from each affiliate, and we just changed one word. Instead of promo, we call them a commitment plan. So we do these one-on-one commitment plans with the bigger affiliates, and then we give our smaller affiliates generic mailing plans. When I said meet one-on-one with affiliates, you might be freaking out thinking, I can't do this with hundreds of people. I don't want to do this with somebody that's got a list of 700 people. It's just not worth it. And as much as you might want to meet with every single affiliate one-on-one, the reality is you can't. So what can you do for them? Well, typically in a launch, if we have 500 affiliates promoting, I'll meet with between 15 and 25 one-on-one. For everyone else, we give them generic mailing plans that they can use to plan their promotion. A couple things we'll do. First is we'll provide we call them our ABC mailing plans. And I'm going to put a link I wrote in depth, and I share a video walkthrough of how we put them together to get maximum results from our affiliates. That's about 15 minutes we don't have time to get into today. But I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes. Just make sure you go watch that. And I talk about our ABC plans. I share a video walkthrough of how we put them together and all that stuff. But here's a quick overview. ABC stands for A, all in or aggressive. B, balanced. C, conservative. And our objective with these plans, much like with the personal promotion plans, is to get your affiliates to commit to some level of participation. You're looking to get them to commit to a minimum number of emails, like I mentioned earlier. And so what I found is that affiliates who commit to the conservative level, the C, will often move up to the balanced or even sometimes the all-in level as the promotion progresses. They start seeing the competition. They start seeing prizes. Maybe they do well on one and maybe they win a random drawing and then all of a sudden, they go from C to A or at least B. They want to quote unquote dip their toe in the water, right? See, is this promotion going to work for me? I'm not sure about this. And then if it looks like it's working early on, they'll get more aggressive as they go. But the key here is to get them to commit to something on the front end. So make it very easy to commit to the conservative level. So the conservative level, it's 2 to 4 emails, maybe a couple to unopens, maybe a couple more things here and there. This gets them just to commit to a very easy commitment level, right? Especially when maybe they're new. This is the old foot in the door technique, right? It's hey, Dad, can I borrow the keys to go out to dinner with a friend? Okay. And then yeah, well, can we go to this? And then you keep going and going where just think about this. If you've ever agreed to do something small, only to end up doing something much larger, the foot in the door technique, again, Robert Cialdini. This is Robert Cialdini 101. It's in the book Influence where he talks about that. That is those ABC, the ABC plans in action. So we have the A, the all in. That's for the people. They're already going to go all in. Cool. You give them the plan. The B is kind of in between the conservative and the all in. And we do this for basically everybody else. So we set up those one-on-one commitment plans for the bigger ones. And then we give the smaller affiliates generic ABC mailing plans. From a tactical perspective, the next thing you need to do to get your affiliates really excited is you got to build up each promo milestone individually with as many affiliates as possible. And typically this is going to be your top 20 to 50 affiliates. It depends on how big your program is. If you got 30 affiliates, it might be all of them. You want to tell them where they stand. That means sharing with them how many opt-ins they have, how many sales do they have, where they stand in relation to others, how far are they from first or another position, how many sales they need to get to the next guaranteed prize level, and all the things, whatever it is, find something that motivates them. I mentioned earlier when I talked about using those contests and how making them feel like their goals are achievable and things like that. Well, this is part of that. They're not going to be motivated to try to get to first place if they're in second place and they're 82 sales behind going in the last day. So you want to say, hey, you're only 4 sales away from third. You need to keep that second place. And the trick here is to find something that is practical, like I said earlier, for them to achieve. So let's say first place has 100 sales. It's 2 days until the end of the launch, and the top affiliate has, like I said, the top affiliate has 100 sales. The affiliate in 14th place has 9 sales. It's not practical that number 14 is going to catch up to number 1. But it is, however, very practical they could catch up to number 10. So focus on how far they are from number 10 and push them to get there. If they aren't in a position to achieve a leaderboard position, focus on guaranteed prizes. So for example, I'll send out an email that says, hey, did you know I just want to let you know you're only 7 sales away from winning the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Hey, you're only 9 sales away. You're at 10 sales now, or you're at 11 sales now. 9 more wins you $2,000. And when you build up these milestones, remind people where they stand and show them how to get to the next level, it's very encouraging. And what we have found time and time again, every time we send one of these emails, the response is literally something like, awesome, Matt, I've scheduled another email for later today. When you love to get an email like that, that's what works. And then to go kind of next level with this, do it with 2 affiliates at the same time to create competition. So if you know that these 2 affiliates know each other, even if you think they might, then I'll give you an example. I won't mention the names of the affiliates, but 2 affiliates that were really high up on Ray Edwards' leaderboard. They were number 1 and number 2. I just happened to run the stats when they were dead tied. And I remember the number, 1,431 leads. This was with like 10 hours left in the competition. I mean, dumb luck. Like one of them could have easily been 5 ahead or below. But I caught this screenshot at the exact time that they were tied, and I sent it to both of them, and I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are tied. And look at, and they're both like, okay, where am I now? They're texting me privately. They're trying to do everything they can to win. Part of it was the money. There was a lot of money at stake. And part of it was just that pride. The trash talk back and forth between them really kept it going. So those are some ways to get your affiliates excited. Now, how do you keep your affiliates promoting long-term? Because ultimately, if you just get them excited one time, like if they're a one-hit wonder, it's not a big deal. It's not going to help you go for the long term. If you do everything I suggested already, they will want to promote again, but only if you keep in touch. So keep going behind the scenes. Remember I said earlier, make them feel a part of the process. Keep making them feel a part of the process. If you decide today to do something that's going to impact them in 9 months, let them know today. Just give them a quick 2-minute video. Let them know of a change you made. Keep sharing those testimonials. If you can, we always look, anytime we get a testimonial, one of the things I do is I go check out and see, was there an affiliate who referred them? Now, a lot of times they'll say, so-and-so sent me. And I love those the best because then I can send that to the affiliate and be like, hey, look what they said. But a lot of times they don't say, so-and-so sent me. So I'll go look them up in our system. It takes me 20 seconds. And I'll find who sent them. And then I'll share it with all affiliates, perhaps. But I will specifically share that in a DM or a text or a one-on-one email with the affiliate who referred them. Keep them updated just frequently. Again, frequently when you're 8 months out from a launch, for example, is, every 2 to 3 weeks. It doesn't have to be a ton. You don't want to get the water boiling an hour before you need it, or in this case, 8 months before you need it. But you do want to keep it warm and maintain those relationships. With your top affiliates, it could be your top 300-400. Connect with them on social media. I learned this, I think I mentioned this a few episodes ago in the relationships one, but one of the little tricks I learned, and I wish I could give credit to who I learned this from, because I don't remember. I wish I could say, I learned this from so-and-so, and they deserve all the credit for this idea. When I'm in line, I'm waiting for our food, I'm by myself, and I'm just waiting for something. And this only happens a couple times a week, but that's all it takes. When I have those 3 to 10 minutes where I have nothing to do, I don't get on my phone and check Twitter. I don't read a magazine. I don't check email. I don't do anything other than just start reaching out to some people. I just reach out to a few people. I just start scrolling through. Who have I not talked to in a while? And I'll just shoot them a text. Hey, man, I'm just thinking about you. Hope everything's all right. I'm intentional with that time because I only have 10 to 20 minutes like that every week. So I intentionally use it. Sending physical mail, sending them something in the mail that just lets them know, like, hey, I was thinking about you. if I'm at a store and I see something and I know that this would be a hit with a particular person, sometimes it's a pair of socks, sometimes it's a book, whatever, I will buy that thing and I'll send it to them. If you know somebody and they're an author and you see their book out and about, unless they're literally a very successful published author where it's not that big of a deal, I know if people see my book out and about, it's a big deal. Because yes, it's in pretty much every Barnes & Noble nationwide, and it's in a couple hundred smaller bookstores. But I mean, literally, my book, as big of a deal as I made about it, it's in less than 2,000 stores in the entire country. I think it's in like 1,400 or 1,500 stores. It's not in a ton of stores. And it's pretty rare for somebody to see my book out and about. So when somebody does, it's a big deal to me. And I love it. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Send them a quick picture. Hey, look what I found. Better yet, buy the book and send them that. Let them know you bought the book. It's a pretty cool thing to do for somebody. Support them in any way you can. Their launches, their programs, sign up, support them, send them some traffic. Biggest thing is just don't go dark. Don't go dark on them. Keep in touch with them. And then I mentioned this earlier, but never, ever, ever motivate from the negative, threatening to remove somebody from a program or to lower their commissions. I see this so often. Motivating by fear does not work with affiliates. It absolutely does not work. Never, ever, 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 ever. Raise your right hand. I swear, I state your name, swear to never motivate in the negative. All right? It doesn't work with your kids. It doesn't work with team members. It doesn't work with affiliates more than anybody because like I said earlier, they're independent contractors. Oh, you're going to lower my commission? Screw you. I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to promote. I did that with an affiliate program recently that I'm a part of. We're only making a couple sales a month for them because I don't really go all out to promote them. They're like, we're going to lower your commissions. And I'm like, fine. I'm going to change my Pretty Link. Talked about that a few episodes ago. It's really easy because I use Pretty Link to just be like, I'm going to create a page that says, here's why I no longer promote this program. And I did. I found something better for my audience. But the catalyst was them threatening to lower my commission if I didn't make more sales. Well, that's just a horrible way to try to motivate somebody. So any single one of these strategies could significantly increase the number of times that your affiliates mail, how much they promote, how excited they are. When you use them together, this is the thing, when you use them together, you could see exponential. You could see explosive growth. So start stacking these one on top of each other. It starts, you remember all the way at the beginning of this episode, it starts with making them feel they're valued beyond just being an affiliate, making them feel they're a part of a mission and a part of the process, making them feel like their goals are achievable, making them trust you. Then we went into contests and education of your affiliates, those promotion plans, actually commitment plans, and then giving those generic commitment plans to the smaller affiliates, building up each promo milestone, and then keeping them long-term. Again, it comes back to relationships and making them feel like a part of a mission in a process. A couple times today, I mentioned Find Affiliates Now. And just real quick, if you're interested, go check it out at findaffiliatesnow.com. You're going to learn how to identify the right affiliates, how to reach out to them, how to get prospective affiliates to say yes, how to set up your affiliate program, and ultimately how to get affiliates to go all in promoting you. So much of the stuff that we just didn't have time to get into today because we're running a little bit long. All that stuff I talked about, the education and all those things, we'll have the templates for you in there. And these are short daily lessons. The course takes 5 days, daily action item. You're not going to spend more than an hour a day. This is not about like a bunch more information and filling you with more information. We got enough information out there. This is about taking action and getting results. We got all the templates and examples and all the resources in there. So check that out, findaffiliatesnow.com. And I would love to hear from you about what your biggest takeaway is from this episode. Which of these strategies are you most excited to put into practice to get your affiliates excited to promote you? Shoot me a text, 260-217-4619. I would love to hear from you. And as always, last thing, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Whether it be Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you're listening, hit that subscribe button because the next episode I'm going to talk about, we got a really fun one, talking about how a friend of mine, Laura Wardlaw, finished in the top 20 and only her second affiliate promotion ever. It's a really cool case study that we did with her. And then the next episode of that, we're going to be talking about how to start an affiliate program. We're talking about what do you do the first 30 days? How How do you actually start an affiliate program? If I were starting an affiliate program from scratch today, what would I do the first 30 days? That's our next episode of that. And we got so many more good ones coming up this year. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next episode with Laura Wardlaw. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember to check out all of our deep dives into affiliate marketing at theaffiliateguy.tv. And if you have a question, ask it at asktheaffiliateguy.com. Who knows? Maybe you even be featured on an upcoming episode. And lastly, if you haven't yet, make sure to leave a rating and review wherever you're listening to this episode. See you soon.